6 SUVs, 6 total redesigns, all dropping in the same 12-month window. This has literally never happened before in the car industry. I spent weeks digging through every spec sheet, every first drive review, and every engineering detail, and I ranked them from absolute worst to undeniable best. Some of these are going to surprise you. Let's go. So here's why 2026 is such a wild year for SUV shoppers. We're not talking minor facelifts or a new paint color. We're talking ground-up platform-level redesigns landing simultaneously across the compact and midsize SUV segments. The Toyota RAV4, the Mazda CX-5, the Jeep Cherokee, the Subaru Outback, the Hyundai Palisade, and technically arriving as a 2027 model but hitting dealerships in early 2026, the next generation Kia Telluride. The reason this matters is that automakers don't usually coordinate their product cycles like this. Each of these brands is responding to the same pressure: electrification mandates, rising consumer expectations for tech, and a compact SUV market that moves about 5 million units a year in the US alone. If you're shopping for a new SUV anytime this year, you are genuinely spoiled for choice. But some of these redesigns are home runs, and others, well, they fumbled in some key areas. I'm ranking these from worst to best based on how well each redesign actually moves the needle: design, powertrain innovation, value, technology, and how well they solve the problems of the model they're replacing. Number 6, the 2026 Mazda CX-5. Now, before the Mazda faithful come for me, I love Mazda. Their driving dynamics are typically best in class for the money, but this redesign has some head-scratching decisions that knock it to the bottom of the list. Let's start with the powertrain situation. The 2026 CX-5 carries over the same naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, making 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. That is fine, it's adequate, but the turbocharged engine option has been completely dropped for 2026 in a world where the RAV4 just went hybrid only with 236 horsepower. Showing up without a turbo or any electrified option feels like Mazda brought a butter knife to a sword fight. They've said a hybrid is coming for 2027, but that doesn't help you if you're buying this year. Then there's the pricing confusion. The redesigned CX-5 starts at $31,485 including destination. That is $90 more than the larger Mazda CX-50, which shares a similar wheelbase and overall length now that Mazda stretched the CX-5 by almost 4 inches. So you're paying more for the smaller nameplate. That's a tough sell. On the plus side, Mazda leaned into their Kodo Soul of Motion design language, added standard all-wheel drive across the lineup with a new brake-based limited slip differential, and significantly increased rear passenger space. The new 12.9-inch touchscreen on the top Premium Plus trim is also gorgeous, but without electrification and with that pricing overlap, the 2026 CX-5 is the weakest redesign of this bunch. Number 5, the 2026 Jeep Cherokee. After a 3-year hiatus, Jeep discontinued the Cherokee back in 2023. It's back with a complete reimagining, and honestly, there's a lot to like here. But there are also some significant unknowns that keep it in the lower tier. The design is the headline. Jeep went full retro modern with a boxy, squared-off silhouette that channels the beloved XJ Cherokee from the 90s. Squared LED headlights, a 7-slot grille, an upright roofline. It looks like a proper Jeep again. The new Cherokee is longer, taller, and wider than the previous generation, and the cargo area expands to a massive 68.3 cubic feet with the second row folded. Under the hood is where things get interesting. Every 2026 Cherokee comes with Stellantis' brand new 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder hybrid powertrain. That's right, hybrid standard, no gas-only option. Jeep is estimating 37 miles per gallon combined and over 500 miles of total range on a single tank of fuel. Those numbers are impressive for a vehicle with genuine off-road credibility, including up to 20 inches of water-fording depth and a 3,500-pound towing capacity. So why is it number 5? First, this is an entirely new powertrain from Stellantis with no real track record. Long-term reliability is a question mark. Second, the Cherokee has historically struggled with resale value and owner satisfaction compared to Japanese competitors. And third, while the interior has been upgraded with a 12.3-inch touchscreen and Uconnect 5, the overall material quality will need to prove itself against what Korean and Japanese brands are offering at this price. Starting well under $40,000 is competitive, but the Cherokee needs to earn trust back after being off the market for 3 years. Number 4, the 2026 Subaru Outback. The Outback redesign is genuinely significant because Subaru basically said goodbye to the station wagon era. With the legacy sedan discontinued at the end of 2025, the 7th generation Outback has been freed to become a proper two-row SUV with a boxier, more upright profile, a flatter roofline, and a much more aggressive stance. Consumer Reports got their hands on one early and called it, and I'm paraphrasing here, a redesign done right. The squared-off front end, vertical headlights, and prominent body cladding give it real visual presence. Inside, Subaru ditched the massive portrait-style screen for a new horizontal 12.1-inch touchscreen layout and brought back dedicated physical controls for climate, which, thank you Subaru, because touchscreen-only climate controls are the worst trend in modern cars. The powertrains carry over but are refined. A 180 horsepower naturally aspirated 2.5-liter boxer and a 260 horsepower turbocharged 2.4-liter boxer. Both pair with a CVT and, of course, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive. The ground clearance sits at 8.7 inches, more than many body-on-frame full-size SUVs. The Wilderness trim pushes that ruggedness even further with all-terrain tires and enhanced off-road capability, and gets a trail integrated gear rest built into the rear gate, which is a nice touch for the outdoor crowd. The upgraded iSight driver assist system is the most advanced safety suite Subaru has ever offered, including hands-free highway driving assist and automatic emergency lane change capability. Where the Outback falls short is pricing. It starts at $34,995 for the premium and climbs to nearly $50,000 for the Touring XT. And it still doesn't offer any electrified powertrain. In a year where hybrid SUVs are dominating the conversation, the Outback is conspicuously gas only. Number 3, the 2027 Kia Telluride. Now, technically this is a 2027 model year, but it was unveiled at the 2025 LA Auto Show and goes on sale in Q1 of 2026, so it absolutely belongs in this conversation, and it's a massive step forward. The 2nd generation Telluride embraces a more geometric, angular design language directly inspired by the Kia EV9 electric SUV. Vertical LED headlights, flush mount door handles, and a more commanding upright silhouette make this thing look like it costs $20,000 more than it does. It's assembled in West Point, Georgia, which also matters for buyers looking at domestic manufacturing. The powertrain lineup is where Kia delivers. The standard engine is now a turbocharged 4-cylinder, with the V6 is expected to be phased out. And the big news is the first ever Telluride hybrid, pairing a 2.5-liter turbo with 2 electric motors for a combined 329 horsepower and 339 pound-feet of torque. The hybrid targets a Kia estimated 35 miles per gallon, combined with a total driving range of up to 637 miles. For a 3-row, 7 or 8 passenger SUV, those are remarkable efficiency numbers. Kia packed the interior with a dual 12.3-inch display setup, streaming capability for Disney+, Netflix, and YouTube, and even customizable display themes for all 30 NBA teams. What's the X-Pro off-road trim gets real capability upgrades, including enhanced ground clearance, chunkier tires, and a ground view camera system. The biggest thing holding the Telluride back from the top 2 spots is timing. As a brand new model, we don't yet have real-world test data or long-term reliability information, but on paper, this thing is phenomenal, and Kia's industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty gives genuine peace of mind. Number 2, the 2026 Hyundai Palisade. The Palisade's first generation was an absolute juggernaut. Cars.com named it Best of 2020, and it kept winning comparison tests for years after, so expectations for the redesign were sky high, and Hyundai mostly delivered. The 2nd-gen Palisade features a completely new exterior with stacked vertical LED daytime running lights, on a horizontal light bar across the grille, and a larger overall footprint. Inside is where this thing truly shines. Edmunds tested it and reported that the interior design, materials, and feature breadth are unmatched in the segment. You can get power-adjustable seats in all 3 rows, heated and ventilated seats throughout the cabin, a built-in 2-camera dash cam, and what Hyundai calls relaxation seats with advanced reclining capability. 2 powertrains are available. The standard 3.5-liter V6 makes 287 horsepower, and the new hybrid combines a 2.5-liter Turbo 4 with electric motors for 329 horsepower and an estimated 34 miles per gallon combined, a massive improvement over the V6's 21 miles per gallon rating. The warranty matches the Telluride at 5 years basic and 10 years powertrain. And the feature to price ratio remains one of the strongest in the industry. So why isn't the Palisade number one? There are two reasons. First, Edmunds' track testing revealed that the redesigned Palisade gained 411 pounds over the outgoing model, which pushed the 0 to 60 time from a competitive 7.6 seconds to a sluggish 8.8 seconds with the V6. That's a noticeable downgrade in daily acceleration. Second, the top calligraphy trim now crests $58,000, which puts it firmly in premium territory against vehicles like the Lexus TX and Acura MDX. The Palisade is extraordinary, but it's no longer the value champion it once was. Number 1, the 2026 Toyota RAV4. This one might seem like a safe pick, but hear me out. The 6th generation RAV4 is genuinely the most complete and forward-thinking redesign of 2026. First, Toyota made the bold decision to go hybrid only across the entire lineup. No more gas-only RAV4. Every single model comes with either the 5th generation hybrid system, making 226 to 236 horsepower depending on drivetrain, or a plug-in hybrid with 320 horsepower and an estimated 50-mile all-electric range. That plug-in system now includes DC fast charging capability on select trims, going from 10 to 80% in about 30 minutes. For America's best-selling compact SUV to commit fully to electrification is a seismic industry move. The new TNG AK platform delivers meaningful structural improvements with reinforced frame joints and suspension mounting points for better handling and ride quality. Toyota's new Arene software platform debuts here, powering everything from the infotainment system to Toyota Safety Sense 4.0, the brand's most advanced safety suite. You get a configurable 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, an available 12.9-inch touchscreen, and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard. What really sets the RAV4 apart is the breadth of the lineup. 7 trims across 3 distinct design themes: core for everyday elegance, rugged for the woodland adventure crowd, and sport for the new GR Sport variant. The Woodland gets Rigid Industries LED fog lights and all-terrain tires. The GR Sport gets a plug-in hybrid powertrain exclusively, and fuel economy climbs to a manufacturer-estimated 44 miles per gallon combined on front-wheel drive models. The RAV4 has sold over 6.4 million units in the US since 1996. This redesign ensures it stays on top by offering the most diverse, efficient, and technologically advanced compact SUV package of 2026. It's the best redesign of the year, so that's the ranking. Do you agree? Do you think the Palisade should have been number 1? Or maybe you think I was too harsh on the Mazda CX-5? Drop your ranking in the comments. I want to see how your list stacks up against mine. If you're shopping for any of these SUVs, I'll link detailed breakdowns of each one in the description below. Hit subscribe if you want more ranking videos like this. I've got one coming on the best mid-sized trucks of 2026 that's going to be spicy. And smash that like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more people. I'll see you in the next one.